Hi everyone, you're back on Gamersyde, and well, today we're presenting you Forza Horizon 4 on PC with all graphics settings maxed out, which means some of them are above Ultra. Game is running in 4K after installing the latest drivers we downloaded on September the 19th. Things seem to be much smoother than with the demo, at least with our 1080 Ti GTX. And well, there are still a few drops here and there depending on the situation, like in some races. But overall, free ride is very smooth, which was not the case on the demo for us at least. And so we're pretty happy to be able to provide you with this content, and we hope you appreciate it. So because I basically don't have well, the right to give you my impressions, and also that's something I can't do anyway, because I basically started to play not even 24 hours ago. When you watch this, it'll be like maybe 1 day and a half that that I'll be actually playing the game and not full time. So this is more about showing you the scenery. You're going to see a lot of winter time, because that's the big new feature in this fourth installment in the series. You're going to get the 4 seasons. It's going to change every week, and I'm guessing for the purpose of the review, they switch more often than they will when the final build arrives for everyone, or at least not for everyone, but for those who pre-ordered the game and paid for the Ultimate Edition, which will be available in September the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see that snow can be pretty deep, and snow obviously affects gameplay in that roads are a lot more slippery, and it's even worse when you actually drive on the lake. It's ice basically. There's something that we enjoy also in this new episode, is the addition of houses you can buy, much like in Test Drive Unlimited, something like maybe 12 years ago, which reminds a bit of that time when we were basically imagining we were in Hawaii, climbing up the ladder in a way, becoming richer, and being able to buy houses and cars and everything. Well, it's a bit different here, but you get rewards when you buy a house, and it's a nice addition, although they are pretty expensive, as you can see. So here I'm on the ice of a lake, which you can probably cross anyway in the spring or summer or even autumn, because basically cars can go through any water surfaces, even lakes, as it's not deep enough. But on the in the winter, the thing is that it affects gameplay, and I'm just guessing that if there are races on an icy lake, it's going to be a lot of fun to keep control of the car to be able to turn properly. Let's have a little tour with the drone. As you know, the drone is one of the things we like a lot in the series, because it allows us to just enjoy the attention to detail and everything that all the effort they put in the landscapes. And sure, I'm sorry I can't show you anything more than winter and snow, because basically when I recorded this, well, it was winter, so I didn't have a choice, and I didn't have much time to wait for autumn or spring, because well, this had to be ready for today for you guys. So yeah, the British countryside, very nice houses too. It's yeah, it's a bit reminiscent of that game, Everybody Goes to the Rapture, or something like that, which was also set in Britain. Very nice sky. Again, it's not something new if you are familiar with the series, but it's very nice. The lighting is great too. You could see there was a sort of tiny path in the snow, maybe left by an animal. The trees, they talked a lot about the trees when they streamed the game, the developers. So we wanted to take a few minutes to show you the trees, so that you guys realize the work. Because the trees, if I remember correctly, are different, in the winter and in the spring and the other seasons. And sure, it's an open world game, so there are a few not issues. I wouldn't call them issues, but you'll see things popping out. The level of details is changing as you move closer to the trees, for example, or the cars appear on the road. But come on, look at this. Very nice. Snow, mountains, the lake over there, and let's enjoy a little bit of autumn now with a French car, because we're French, So it's one of the cars you get with a James Bond DLC that is offered if you purchase the Ultimate Edition. And so it's we chose to play with the rain, so you can show the mud and everything. And the colors are obviously different than in the winter and in the other seasons. It's it's more like orange and red, and still very charming, British countryside, with a very charming French car, old French car, should I say, in case you don't know. We have a few of them, in the country, but it's not like you can buy them anymore. Something that some American movie makers seem to forget sometimes. We're not stuck like in the 60s or in the 80s. But well, now you can see, wet roads, and back to the snow with another James Bond car, the Lotus, which does not transform itself, apparently, at least not in gameplay, unless maybe there's some tuning we can do. We can add things. It's possible again. We just got the game. A lot more foggy here, which is nice again. And I'm taking you now to Edinburgh, which you'll see is very nice. And as we approach the city, you'll see that here the roads are not covered in snow anymore, probably because they did what they had to do. We'll actually see a snow truck in the city, which is also a nice touch, because you don't actually see the snow truck when it's summer, which would make no sense if you did. So some more drone. I'm not going to call that gameplay, but drone views, and I'm going to show you that you can actually see the inside of the buildings, much like in Spider-Man recently. If you watch the video from Digital Foundry, they talked about it, and it's very nice, especially because you're not supposed to see anything when you drive by. And streets are a bit empty, at least from what we've seen. Again, it's not something we can be sure of until we play more. Maybe it was very early in the morning, or I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was just before night, and people in the UK and even in the US, I guess, they have dinner early when they can. So here's the snow truck. Very nice touch again, like I said. And if you played PGR, Project Gotham Racing, Edinburgh is going to be very dear to your heart, and well, it should work well. And some more Edinburgh with a night race here. There's a warthog here trying to, the AI Privatar overlapped me, but I was just trying to show things. Eventually I won the race, so I'm a bit behind here. Some external view now, gameplay. And you'll see that Blim Blim is actually ahead, which shows that the game is probably more arcade than simulation, because come on, that's not realistic. Blim Blim will never be in the lead. So that's my only explanation for this. You'll probably see Blim Blim in just a few seconds. I think he's second. Blim Blim, the star of the show. But after this night race, a bit more of Edinburgh by day. Well, there's snow, on the sidewalks, but no snow falling or anything. And after this, I'll end the video showing you one of the events that was available. That one was not available, but the stunt events that you can do where you helped, a director shoot scenes for a movie. And this is also a bit reminiscent of Test Drive Unlimited, because in this precise scenario you have to take a car without damaging it too much. So you have to be careful but fast at the same time, and if there's a variety in that respect with the stunt missions, it'll be interesting to see what else the game has to offer. But for now, it's over, so we'll have maybe more content to come later, but until then, take care.